Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome. My name is Chris Lee Mentor, and I hope that the information I'm about to share serves you. I'm here to be in service to you so I can guide you through the process of how you can heal yourself and help your body revitalize and reclaim your health and vitality, okay? Take notes because this information is going to save your life. So I really urge you to take notes and start applying the information. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the number one health condition that is impacting society today. And if you look in the description below, you're going to find a PDF that's available for download. That PDF I created so I can start helping people deal with the symptoms of the underlying conditions that causes the big four, okay? Diabetes, cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, and liver disease right now are brewing inside of you, and they're destroying and crippling your organs, and most likely you don't even know it. So if you look in the description of the video download below, you're going to see a PDF that's available for download. I urge you to click on it, read through the information, and get that information so you can start helping yourself and help your body recover. Okay, I'm speaking to you from experience of working in the hospital for over 5.5 years in ICUs with very critically ill people, and I just could not understand why they were so sick. How did they get here? These people had crazy conditions that their bodies could just not recover or heal from, even though they may have been getting some of the best healthcare around. And the more I looked and researched and studied, I realized that they had underlying conditions that crippled their organs and caused them now to be having the major symptoms of heart attacks, strokes, needing to have bypass surgery or even organ transplants. Okay, so the more I learned and studied, I realized that wait, if I don't make my lifestyle changes, I'm gonna have the same outcome that they're having. So I learned and studied how I can use raw living foods, raw vegetables, fruits, and nuts and seeds to help my body repair itself and function the way it's supposed to detox and eliminate the way it's supposed to revitalize and regenerate my cells the way it's supposed to. And since then, I've been coaching people through the process of how they can do the same thing to really reclaim their health and vitality. So today, I hope this information serves you because that's my plan of helping you through the process of how you can heal yourself and reclaim your life. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna go outline certain steps that you can take of how you can get yourself going to help heal your body. So here we go. What's the number one health condition impacting society today? Okay, number one, guess what it is? Diabetes. Diabetes is the number one health condition that's impacting society today. So diabetes is a condition where there's just way too much sugar in your blood and your body's not using it fast enough or can't use it at all to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, sugar is in your blood because that's what your body uses as energy to do anything that it needs to do. For your body to function, it needs sugar to use as energy to do what it needs to do. Okay, so this happens because there's two conditions that's preventing your body from using insulin properly, which is the hormone that tells your body how to use sugar to function. Okay, so why is there blood in your sugar in the first place? Okay, the blood, like I said, the sugar in your blood is what your body uses for energy to do anything that it needs to do. Okay, so there's two things that's affecting insulin and how it functions in your body. Okay, so if you're type 1 diabetic, okay, type 1 diabetic happens when your pancreas does not produce enough insulin for your body to use the sugar. So because there's not enough insulin going into your bloodstream, the sugar stays there, your body can't use it. Okay, type 2 diabetic. If you're type 2 diabetic, what happens is the sugar stays in your blood because there's just way too much fat in your blood. That fat causes your blood to become toxic, and the cells in your blood cannot use the sugar that's there. No matter what happens, they become resistant to insulin because the fat is blocking where the sugar is supposed to go for the cells to use. Okay, that's what's happening in your body. All right, number two, what causes diabetes? Okay, so type 1 diabetes is caused when there's an autoimmune response that damages the cells in your pancreas that produces insulin. Okay, so when your immune system attacks your pancreas, it attacks the cells that's supposed to produce insulin to help regulate the sugar in your body. So if you're type 1 diabetic, your pancreas cannot produce enough insulin because your immune system is attacking it. Okay, number two, if you're type 2 diabetic now, okay, if you're type 2 diabetic, what's happening is there's just way too much fat, okay, from what you eat that is making it to your bloodstream, and that fat now causes your blood to become so toxic that it blocks the cells from using all that sugar. Okay, so no matter how much insulin your pancreas is pumping into your blood, the insulin cannot tell those cells, listen, there's sugar here, you need to use it. Okay, the fat blocks the cells from using the insulin that your pancreas is producing. And over time, what can happen, you can become type 1 diabetic from type 2 if the pancreas now stops producing insulin because it sees that you're not using it anyway. Okay, so that can happen to you. So if you're type 1 diabetic, your immune system is attacking your pancreas and preventing it from producing enough insulin. And if you're type 2 diabetic, there's just way too much fat in your blood, and that fat is blocking your cells from using the sugar like they're supposed to for energy, and that builds up over time. And what's scary is you can be skinny fat and still be either type 1 or type 2 diabetic. Okay, so just because you're not overweight doesn't mean that you cannot suffer from either type 1 or type 2 diabetes, because the fat, regardless of your weight, if you're overweight, you're more likely to have those conditions. But just because you're not, and you can still be eating the same way as a person who obviously is overweight, you can still suffer from type 1 and type 2 diabetic. Okay, now number 3. Okay, so now this is where I tell you that you can possibly fix this. Okay, can you fix this? Yes, there's ways you can fix it, but it's going to take patience, it's going to take consistency, and it's going to take a lot of work. Okay, the best way that I found, the best way that I discovered from my studies and research and from my personal experience is that you have to use raw living foods to help your body detox and eliminate. Okay, those two functions are going to be what's going to help your body go through the process to really revitalize the human biology and cause the cells to regenerate so much better. What happens when you start eating raw food is that it calms the immune system down. Okay, it tells the immune system, chill out, I'm helping the body detox and eliminate from the toxin, waste, parasite. Okay, so you can chill out now. Okay, that's one main component of raw living food. Okay, when the immune system comes down, it allows the body to heal and repair itself on a cellular level. Okay, guess where there's cells? Your pancreas has cells. Okay, so as your body heals and recovers, you can also start healing your pancreas. And when you heal your pancreas properly over time, okay, it's going to properly start producing insulin the way it's supposed to. And even if it cannot produce enough insulin like it used to originally or like it's supposed to, it's going to produce enough insulin to start helping your body function the way it's supposed to. And one of the main reasons why that happens is sugar that you're going to get from fruits. Okay, fruits, the sugar that is found in fruits, your body does not require as much insulin to digest and break it down as it would regular sugar. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons why over time you can help your body regulate your sugar level from type 1 diabetic using raw food. Okay, number 2, if you are type 2 diabetic, how can you use raw food? You use raw food to help your body lose and eliminate fat that is built up and is currently in your bloodstream. Okay, as you eat more raw living foods, raw fruits, raw vegetables, and nuts and seeds, it provides your body with the right fat so your body can burn through the storage of bad fat that is in your body. Okay, so when you go to a raw vegan diet, when you eat raw living foods, your body does not accumulate as much waste, and that helps your body regulate and does not allow fat to build up. Okay, so once that fat starts getting out of your body, it allows your body to regulate blood sugar levels. Okay, so the best way to do that is by eating raw food, and you want to include some exercise in there. So as you increase your exercise activities, it's going to help your body burn fat much faster and much more quickly. Okay, so now what happens is you go through this and your body's going to start healing and reversing blood sugar issues. Okay, so if you're type 1 diabetic, your raw food is going to help your body on a cellular level. It's going to start repairing the pancreas and help it produce the right amount of insulin that your body needs. Okay, and number 2, if you're type 2 diabetic, raw food is going to allow your body to eliminate a lot of waste, toxins, parasites, which is one of the main reasons why your body stores fat. Okay, it stores fat to prevent those toxins from getting into your bloodstream and causing greater damage. So if you eat raw living food, you're gonna allow your body to burn through the fat that is currently in your bloodstream and what's being stored. And as you eliminate that, your blood sugar level is gonna drop, and over time it's gonna be regulated. Okay, so that's how you do it. And the more I understood this process, I realized that I can be coaching and teaching people on how they could do this. So to help people understand that, to guide them through the process of how they can do it, because this is a lot of things to figure out. Most people can't go out and do it by themselves. So I figured, let me create a group and a space in the community where people can feel welcomed, where they can feel seen, they can feel heard, they don't feel judged. And I created a space where you can get information, where you can get coaching through either private or group coaching, so you can know the next steps that you need to do to help reclaim your vitality. Okay, I take this as a huge responsibility to serve people. I take this very seriously, and in that space is where I provide the best service possible to help you with that. So if you want to know some more, I'm going to list out what you're going to find when you come be part of that community and how I can serve you. Okay, it's a place to feel seen, be heard, and be acknowledged. Okay, it's a safe space for you. So if you're looking for a space where you can be seen for who you are, where you are currently, and the steps that you want to take, you want to advance your life, I got you. Okay, it's a place where you're going to learn about the mindset of health, both from a lifestyle approach and from a spiritual approach. Okay, it's two things. You can't just decide to be healthy. If that was the case, anyone would have done it. Okay, so it's a mindset first, and then the lifestyle is going to help you do that. So if you want to learn how to do that, I got you. Okay, you're going to learn how to break the behaviors and habits that lead to default patterns. Okay, that's what most people struggle with, default patterns, where even no matter how hard they try, they always feel like they're going backwards. Okay, so I'm going to coach you through how to work yourself out of default patterns. If you're looking to learn how to get yourself out of default patterns, I got you. Okay, you're going to learn how to regenerate yourself out of the big four health conditions that appear to be diseases. Okay, so diabetes, cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, and liver disease. Right now, they're destroying your body, and I'm going to coach you on how to regenerate yourself out of those four conditions by learning what's causing the issues and the symptoms. Okay, so if you want to learn how to regenerate yourself out of the big four, I got you. Okay, you're going to get weekly live stream Q&As where I answer members' questions. Okay, this is where you're going to ask questions, and I'm going to do my best to go through them and guide you through how you can do it. Okay, there's also a recording library of previous coaching sessions where I've answered people's questions. Okay, if you're looking for additional information, I got you. Okay, there's a private Zoom group and a Facebook group. Okay, so I use that as a way to help people on a private level to understand what's going on and how I can help them. Okay, so if you're looking for private coaching or a private Zoom group, or a Facebook group where you can get additional support, I got you. Okay, there's a mobile app that I created where you'll have access to lessons, coaching programs, and protocols of how you can go through and understand the mindset that it's going to take and the lifestyle changes it's going to take to heal yourself. So if you're looking for additional support, action plans, one-on-one coaching, private lessons, detailed guidelines and outlines on how to do this, I got you. Okay, so I provide incredible support, incredible accountability, access to me, access to protocols, access to action plans. And if you're looking for that information, I got you. And I also offer both private and group coaching sessions. Okay, so this is for people who are looking for either one-on-one or who want to have a smaller group of people who are on the same path as them where they want to work with. Okay, and learn and understand what they need to do to heal themselves and recover. So besides you subscribing to the channel, besides you downloading the PDF like I recommended, I urge you and recommend you to be a part of this community where you're going to get additional support on how to deal specifically with those four conditions and the underlying situation that's causing them to happen. Okay, so I'm going to go through a quick recap of the video so you can understand what I talked to you about today. So today what I talked about is the number one health condition that's impacting society today, and that big health condition is diabetes. And to put it simple, diabetes is when there's just way too much sugar in your bloodstream, and that sugar does not get used up like it's supposed to by your body, and it causes the sugar levels to be elevated. Okay, and what happens is that affects probably one of the hardest and most needed hormones for human biology to function, and that's insulin. So diabetes prevents insulin from doing its job the way it's supposed to. Okay, there's two types. There's type 1, which is when your pancreas does not produce enough insulin, and then there's type 2, when there's just way too much fat in your bloodstream and your blood prevent your the blood becomes too toxic, and it prevents the cells from using up the sugar. Okay, number 2, what's actually causing these conditions. Okay, so type 1 diabetes is when your immune system is attacking your pancreas and prevents your pancreas from producing enough insulin. Okay, so that's pretty much what's happening if you're type 1 diabetic. If you're type 2 diabetic, like I said earlier, there's just way too much fat in your bloodstream. Okay, so that fat blocks the cells and it prevents the cells from using up sugar the way it's supposed to for energy or to do any activity. Once the cells become resistant to insulin, which is what's happening when it's being blocked, sugar builds up in your bloodstream and it cannot be used. That sugar either stays in your bloodstream, which makes your blood very toxic, or your body has to now store it. It stores it in different places in your body, in your gut, or inside your organs. This is what is considered visceral fat. Okay, that's when fat starts engulfing your major organs and around your like your stomach area. That's why people develop a big gut. Okay, so that's fat that's being stored there. So that's a defense mechanism that the body does. It uses your immune system to say, there's too much fat in my bloodstream. If this blood stays in my, and if this sugar stays in my blood and this fat stays in my blood for too long, it's going to cause issues. So it has to store it. Okay, that's what type 2 diabetic is. And you can be skinny fat and still get both conditions, because it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of how much fat is in your bloodstream that's preventing your body from using sugar the way it's supposed to. Okay, and can you fix it? Yes, you can fix it, but it's going to take time, it's going to take work, and it's going to take a lot of consistency. Okay, the best way I know how to fix this is by using raw living food, which is minimally processed, raw fruits, raw vegetables, and nuts and seeds. Okay, when you use that, when you eat that over a period of time, and you may have to do it for the rest of your life at 100% for some people. Okay, but when you use that for a period of time, it allows your body to do two main things that the regular diet today, when you're eating all this meat, all this dairy, all this cooked food, all this food that is overly processed, it prevents your body from doing two things that you can start doing when you eat raw living food. Okay, is to detox and to eliminate. Okay, as you detox, your body cleanses and clears out the mechanism. Okay, when you eliminate, now your body can get rid of waste, toxins, parasites that's causing blockages and causing these kind of diseases. Okay, so if you eat raw living food, this is the benefit of doing that. And what does that do? It calms down your immune system. Okay, so if you're type 1 diabetic, when your immune system comes down, it sees that the body's doing the two things that it's supposed to do, right? Detox and eliminate. Your immune system shows out, it stops attacking your pancreas, and during that time your pancreas can now heal and recover itself, because one of the main benefits of raw food is that it promotes cellular activity, regeneration, and revitalization. Okay, if you're type 2 diabetic, raw food is practically pretty much fat free if you eat raw fruits and vegetables for the most part. Okay, and if you're eating raw nuts and seeds, you're eating a lot of good fat, which is omega-3, which your body uses for cellular function. Okay, that's what helps build your brain. That's what helps build a lot of your cells. That's what regulates cellular activity in your body. Okay, so if you're type 2 diabetic, raw food allows your body to eliminate, detox all the bad fat, burns the bad fat, and now the good fat comes into your system. And when the good fat's in your system, it lowers your blood sugar level. So if you want to heal yourself, if you want to repair yourself, if you want to regenerate your cells, if you want to help yourself heal and reclaim your vitality, you can do it using raw food. And like I recommended to you earlier, check out how I do that. Okay, there's a PDF download that's available for you in the video description. There's this there's this YouTube channel where I'm going to be talking about this kind of information. And I have a membership where I provide support directly to my members on how they can heal themselves and revitalize and reclaim their health and vitality. Okay, so I hope this information served you. Thank you for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you soon, and I love you.